finding a comfortable seat on your mat. So if you want to take something and just place it right underneath the hips, go ahead and get set up in a comfortable position. All right. Now let's begin by just tuning into the breath. And I'll breathe with y'all. This is still a process, right? We're not used to teaching online. I'm not used to teaching online at all. So sometimes it's just a little bit of a process to kind of get used to it. So I'm going to breathe with you. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Maybe close the eyes and really feel the breath. And let's take a big deep exhale through the mouth. Take that a few more times. Imagine as you're breathing in, breathing into the space of the diaphragm, expanding into that kind of cone shape as you expand through the chest and through the lungs on the inhale. Slight pause at the top there, and exhale through the mouth nice and slow. Contracting the belly in and up into the spine at the bottom of that exhale. A few more times just like that. One more time. All right, deep inhale through the nose. You might take the arms and reach them out and up. Perhaps even look up, kind of stretching the neck here. As we exhale, lower the hands down to heart center. Really press the thumbs in towards the sternum. Let out all the air. Gently tuck the chin. And again, here's that moment where you can set an intention or a sankalpa, as we call it in yoga. Gently flicker the eyes open and find your way onto the heels of your feet. All right, tuck the toes under. See if you can stretch through each toe pad as you kind of come into a comfortable position here if possible. Patting underneath the knees if the knees are a little troublesome, right? And then as you exhale, just kind of gently sit the hips back. Gently towards the heels, getting a stretch there onto the toes. And then lowering the hands down beside you. Gently hug the inner thighs together. And as you do that, breathe in. And try to keep those inner thighs slightly tugged in together. As you exhale, close the lips halfway through the exhale, taking that air to the back of the throat, moving into our Ujjayi breath. Gently release a little bit of that tugging in with the inner thighs as you inhale. Allow the hips to settle to the back of the heels. And then as you exhale, gently tighten the inner thighs together. Ujjayi breath, hugging everything together. Belly comes in and up into the spine. A couple more times just like that, just small engagements. Inhale, gently relax the glutes, let them settle down into the heels. And exhale, pull the belly up and in. Hug the inner thighs together. Alright, next breath, we're just going to flicker the fingers a few times, rotating through the wrists. Go ahead and untuck those toes, tap the tops of the feet into the mat, into the floor. Rotate through those wrists. Alright, finding your way onto your knees. Again, if you need that padding, go ahead and pad them up now. Pull the belly up and in, and then see if you can feel the length from the knees all the way up the thighs, all the way up the hips. Alright? Go ahead and inhale, reach the arms out and up, spread the fingers out wide, look up. Maybe hands touch. When the hands touch, if that feels okay for the shoulders, keep extending upward through the fingertips. And keep lengthening the front of the body. Really open through the chest, open through the underarms, feeling length from the bottom of the knees all the way up the belly. Then as we exhale, we're going to plant the hands all the way down. Shifting the hips back towards the heels. Lower the fingertips down, spread the fingers out nice and wide here. And then just take a moment to just come onto the fingertips a couple of times as you shift the hips back and forth. press the outer edges of the hands into the floor as you kind of shift back and forth. Just getting used to a little bit of weight into the palms and into the hands. And press the forefinger and the thumb down into the mat. That big fleshy part right below the thumb on the palm. Gently press that into the floor. And then press that forefinger into the floor, middle finger, ring finger, pinky fingers down. Create a small little suction cup there, right? Pull the belly up and in here. Separate the space in between the knees for a moment. And then deep breath in here, just deep breathing. Using your core, pull the belly up and in. Find that breath right here. Just getting used to a little bit of weight. We'll take a couple of circles to the wrists now. So as you slowly take circles through the wrists, side to side in small circles, really notice, right, as you're breathing, how does it feel as you begin to shift the weight towards the right, towards the fingertips, towards the left, and back towards a little bit towards the wrist. Take a few moments just to breathe. Take a few moments to shift a little bit of weight in the opposite direction in circles. All right, as you do that, really focus in on that for the next breath or two. And then begin to use the belly. And as you exhale again, pull the belly up and in as you shift the weight up into the belly and back into the feet, right? Try to take out as much weight as you can from the fingers. And now find that feeling up into the belly. All right. Now notice, find, feel what you're feeling in the shins of the feet. Tops of the feet pressing down. Let's turn the fingers to 90 degrees on either side. Spread the fingers out a little bit wider, and again, just shifting side to side, getting warmer into the wrist now. All right. Shift the weight back into the hips again, and if that feels okay, just shake out your hands for a little bit. One more little stretch here. Let's go ahead and take the fingers towards the knees if that feels all right for your wrists. Spread the fingers out wide. Big breath in, and then as you exhale, begin to pull the belly up and in, weight into the belly, and slowly shift a little bit more weight into the hands until maybe the heels of the hands kind of slowly find the floor. A few breaths here. You've got all the control, you've got all the feeling, you've got all the breath and the movement to notice those small, minute changes in sensation. Slowly flip the fingers back around, shake out that right hand. Take the top of the right hand down, spread the fingers out nice and wide. Big breath in here, and then straighten through the elbows, slowly curl the fingers in towards the wrist. Shake it out again, shake out that left hand. Top of the left hand down, spread the fingers out nice and wide, big breath in. Straighten through the elbows, and then slowly curl those fingers in towards the wrist. Alright, shake that left hand out. Come back to all fours, tabletop position. Find the forefinger and the thumb of each hand. Really press them down equally here. Pull the belly up and in. And let's, as we pull the belly up and in, shift the crown of the head forward. Roll those elbow creases forward as well. Imagine balancing a tray on your lower back. Alright. Inhale, we're going to drop the belly, lift the gaze, really press and extend that chest forward. Exhale, round through the upper back, finding our cat-cow. Let the head hang heavy, shake it no a few times. Take that a few more times. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round through the spine, really pulling that belly button all the way up and in as you find that cat back. A couple more times just like that, finding your breath. Next time you come into that cat position with that rounded back, gently holding there. Belly pulls up and in. Imagine the space in between the shoulder blades expanding, becoming longer. Let's go ahead and tuck the toes under from here. Find each toe pad pressing into the floor. Big breath in. We're going to slowly sit the hips back all the way to reach maybe towards the heels of the feet. As you're doing that, equally press the fingers into the mat as if you're trying to drag the fingers towards the top of the mat. Big breath in here, elbow creases forward. As we exhale, slowly lift the hips, bend the knees, and then slowly find your way into downward facing dog. Hips high, heels gently low, walking out your dog. Maybe gazing in the direction of the bent knee. Take a moment in that downward facing dog. Always welcome to take a break at any point that you feel is necessary within your practice today. Always welcome to take it down on the knees as well. All right, inhale, let's take a look forward, really pressing into that Hasta Bandha of the hands. Slowly come onto the balls of the feet, and as you breathe in, tiptoe forward, lowering the feet in between the hands. Ragdoll it out, grab opposite elbows, crown of the head reaching towards the floor. Nice bent knees for right now, and just sway side to side. Connect in with that breath again. Breathe. Then feel the breath. Feel the breath. Feel the sensations. And then find that connection with the movement. Draw the toes down, bend the knees, take an inhale, come all the way back up to standing. Hands reach up, look up. Exhale, press the walls away. Hold right here as you stand up nice and tall. Imagine there's walls on either side you're resisting against with the hands. Draw the kneecaps up, lift the toes, and sway side to side into the feet. Feel where that balance comes in. Feel where you might be pressing some of the weight in the feet. And then take it on up. Feel the sensations that you might feel up the legs, up the hips, up the glutes, up the thighs. Lower the hands all the way down by your side. Inhale, reach the arms all the way back up again. Exhale, deep dive, gentle forward fold. Press the walls away so you're starting to extend. Bend the knees, connect the chest towards the thighs. Lower the hands down. Inhale, reach the crown of the head forward. Hands to shins or knees or floor. Exhale, plant those palms. Find that suction cup. Step back into a high plank from here. Couple breaths here as you kind of play with shifting the weight forward and back. Remember, finding that sensation and moving with it. What feels good today? Inhale, shift into your high plank. Roll the elbow creases forward. Belly pulls up and in. And then as we exhale, let's lower the knees and the shins down. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Elbows roll into the side here. Inhale, extend forward. Exhale, lower chin and chest down as you bring those elbows into the ribs. Inhale, take it all the way forward. Maybe you keep your hips on the floor as you roll the shoulder blades up and back, looking up. And exhale, curl the toes under, lift the hips, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here in this downward facing dog. Inhale, take a look forward. As you exhale, ground down into that left foot. Begin to reach the right heel up off of the floor, extending the leg into 3-legged down dog. As you exhale, bend the knee in towards the chest. Slowly lower the foot in between the hands. Lower that left knee back down. Ground down into that front leg. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, shift the weight a little forward into that front hip. Inhale, extend through the arms, look up. And exhale, shift that weight forward into the hip. One more time, just like that, getting a little warm in the hips. Exhale, extend and hold, hands down to heart center. Hold, feel, close the eyes. toes. What happens when you lift the front toes? Can you still maintain a little bit of that action of compressing into the hip here as you just kind of roll that knee back a little bit, extending into the feet, pulling the belly up and in. Lower the left hand down on the inside of that right foot. Curl the back toes under. Hang out right here. Before you even lift the knee, what are you pressing down into? Inhale, extend the right arm forward. Imagine you're hugging your right knee into the upper arm bone. And then on one exhale, using a little bit of that force as you pull the belly up and in, straighten through that left knee, press that back heel down. Inhale, extend the right arm up. Take a little twist. Keep reaching the top fingertips and opening the chest. Hold here, twisted lunge. Inhale, bring that right arm back forward, lower the hand, framing the right foot. Exhale, step the left foot to meet the right. Halfway lift, inhale. Extend that spine, feel the backs of the legs lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, take the arms all the way back up to standing. Maybe the hands touch, reach up, look up. Exhale, press the walls away. Inhale, reach the arms all the way back up again. Exhale, deep dive, gentle forward fold, connecting that chest to thigh. Inhale, gently finding that half lift. Exhale, plant the palms in line with the toes, and then step back into that high plank. Take that moment here again as we strengthen before we kind of dig into that flexibility. Press down into the forefinger and the thumb, roll the elbow creases forward, gently pull the glutes in. If you're feeling ready for that chaturanga now, you can shift forward into the fingers as you inhale, roll the elbows in, and exhale halfway down. Inhale, tuck the toes, inhale all the way up, shoulders back, pull the belly in, exhale, curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Breathe here, 2 breaths down, dog. Every time you come back to that down dog, feeling what is going on in the body. Settling into your down dog again, pull the belly up and in, heels pressing down here. Press weight into that right foot as you extend and lift that left heel into 3-legged downward facing dog. One more breath in here, and as you exhale, bring the left knee in towards the chest. Lower the foot in between the hands. Take a look forward and lower that right knee down this time. Press the back toenails into the floor if that feels okay for your ankle. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, settle forward into the left hip. Inhale, reach up, engage the hips. Exhale, settle forward. One more time here. Exhale, settle forward, hands down to heart center. Hold, feel, notice. Recounting what you felt on the other side. Pull the belly up and in. Reach the arms back up on the inhale. Lower the right hand down on the inside of that left foot. Curl the back toes under. Find that suction cup with the hands. Roll the elbow crease forward, look forward. Extend that left arm all the way forward. Gently hug that left knee into the upper arm bone. And then come off of that back knee. Inhale, keep extending. And exhale, open that left arm into a twist. Hold, deep breathing. Reveling in how strong your body is today. Exhale, lower the left hand down, framing the left foot. Take a look forward. Inhale. Exhale, step the left foot to meet, right foot to meet the left. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, take the arms all the way back up to standing. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Pressing the thumbs in towards the sternum here. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Close the eyes down and find that same sense of balance as you shift in circles with the body into the feet. back to center. Lift the toes. See if you can lift the arches of your feet and then lower the toe pads down. Pull the belly up and in. Reach the arms up. Exhale, sit back into a chair. Sit those hips back. Imagine you have a block in between the thigh or place one in between the thighs. Keep reaching the fingertips forward. And on every exhale, sit back a little further. Belly pulls up and in. As if I'm pulling a string from your belly button up. Hands down to heart center. Inhale, stand it all the way back up. One more time, exhale, chair pose. Find a little happy chair pose you can hold. Go ahead and clasp the fingers, press the palms forward. Find length underneath the arms, all the way on the sides of the hands. And as you exhale, sit back a little further, maybe sitting into a half chair. Hips pressing back, weight in the heels, palms forward. Lower the hands down, we're kind of finding a little toe squat here. If the knees feel okay, come onto the balls of the feet. Hug the inner thighs together like we did earlier. Hands to heart center, toe squat. Just reveling in the instability, right? Instability of what's going on in our lives. Instability in the body. But ultimately just being in the present moment. And finding a sense of feeling okay about it. Lower the hands down. Let's find a Malasana squat here. So you might have to kind of lift the hips back up, toes about 45 degrees, and then slowly sitting the hips back, hands down to heart center. Maybe again finding that shifting of the weight side to side. From here we're going to work a little bit into twisting later on. So let's go ahead and take our left arm and reach it where it's just pressing into that left knee just a tad. Hug the knee into that left arm, pull the belly up and in, pelvic floor up, reach the right arm up. Come back down, hands back to heart center. Take the right arm out, gently hug it in towards the knee, knee into the upper arm bone. Deep breath in, extend that left arm up, open. Lower that left hand back down, hands to heart center. All right, coming out of the squat. If you have a crow pose in your practice, here's where you can take it. If you're tired of being in that Malasana squat, you're totally welcome to take a child's pose here at this moment. All right, so if you're in Malasana squat, bring the hands down to heart center again. Lower the palms down. Find that suction cup. Begin to lift the hips. Press the forefinger and the thumb down, elbow creases rolling forward. And then bring the toes just to face kind of the palms of the hand. Come on to the balls of the feet. Bend the knees, pull the belly up and in. And then take the knees as high up into the armpit as you can. Hug the elbows in, keep them hugged in, and begin to shift weight forward. Look forward. Find that breath as you pull the belly up and in. As you exhale, use that transverse abdominis, pulling the belly in, rounding into the upper back. Maybe lift one toe. Continue breathing. Maybe lift the other toe. Nice. Go ahead and come down from that. If you're feeling funky and you want to hop back and take a vinyasa, you're welcome. Everybody else, find your way into child's pose for just a moment. Moving from child's pose, inhale to box. Shins down, elbows in, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale forward and up, shoulders away from the ears, opening through the chest. Exhale, curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Bring the big toes to touch behind you. Inhale, extend the right leg all the way up. Three-legged down dog, bend the knee, heel the glute, take big circles with the right knee. Maybe even take a moment here as you extend that right leg, opening through the hip. Really kind of feeling what is the front of that right hip doing. Come back to center, bring the right knee into the right elbow. And then go ahead and lower that foot in between the hands. See if you can flatten that left foot down, moving into warrior one. And then find a heel to arch alignment to start out with. Bend into the front knee, inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, open to warrior two. Shifting as you need to with the feet. Inhale, reach that right arm forward. As you exhale, straighten through that right leg. Reach back. Maybe rolling the left upper arm bone and reaching for the right hip crease. All right. Inhale, extend forward. Let's bring the left foot in just a little bit. Bump the left hip back. Reach that right arm forward. And then lower that right hand anywhere on the leg, on the floor, on the block even. And then open through the chest, open through the side body. Breathe. Notice where your body is holding the weight. Notice where you can ease into it, letting the body rest in those areas as you bring that weight and that strength into other areas. Unravel that left arm, takes you all the way back up on the inhale. And then exhale, spiral the hands down, frame that right foot, curl the back toes under, high to low push-up, step it back. Inhale forward, exhale chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here again. Coming back to that stasis, coming back to that point. How does the body feel now? Bring the big toes to touch, pull the belly up and in. When you're ready, extend that left heel, lifting the left leg, 3-legged down dog. And then go ahead and bend the left knee, heel the glute, open the knee, take big circles. Extend that left leg long. Again, kind of just feeling as you spiral the leg, the hip open. How does that right hip feel? How does the left hip feel? One is open and one is crunched in, right? Come back to center, lift the heels. Exhale, pull the belly up and then shift the left knee into the left elbow. And then lower that foot in between the hands. Flatten that back foot down, moving into that warrior one position on this side. Bend into that front knee. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, open to warrior two. Settle in, couple big breaths. Looking forward at that left hand. Flip the front palm straight through the front leg, reach back. Hold here, finding extension in the side body. When you're ready, pull the belly up and in. Start to walk that right foot in just a tad. Bump the right hip back. Keep extending forward. Lower the left hand down on the floor, on the leg, and on the block. Press down. Open the chest. Come back to center. Unravel that top arm. Reach it up. And exhale, lower it back down, framing the left foot. Curl the back toes under. Step back, high to low push-up. Always welcome to skip a vinyasa. Inhale, forward and up, upward facing dog. Let's hang out here in this up dog. I like to kind of press the hips into the floor, engage the glutes slightly, press the toenails into the floor, and really kind of hug the elbows in towards the side body. Moving the ears away from the shoulders. Just taking a moment to open the front body here. All right, let's come all the way back down on the belly. Keep the fingers in line with the shoulders. Tuck the toes under. And then find our way into downward facing dog. Hips to heels. Another 2 breaths. Bring the big toes to touch behind you. We're going to kind of work on floating forward here. Hug the inner thighs together. Take a look forward. Big breath in here. All right, as we exhale, we're going to take a few hops forward. So if you roll the elbow creases forward, find that suction cup with the forefinger and the thumb. And then as you exhale, lengthen the legs. Bring a little weight forward. Take that a few times. Bend the knees, look forward. Exhale. Little float. Imagine you have like a fishtail. Both legs are one strong leg. Maybe on the 3rd time, land lightly in between the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle the arms all the way back up to standing. And hands down to heart center. Take a moment, take a breath. Maybe close the eyes down and notice how you're feeling. All right, the arms up. Exhale, sit back into the chair pose, hands to heart center. Hug those inner thighs together, maybe lift the toes, weight into the heels. Half chair, roll the shoulders away from the ears. All right, we're going to take a twist from here. So keep the fingers in towards the sternum and keep the elbows out to the sides. Lengthen the spine forward. We're going to go ahead and twist towards the right. So pull the belly up and in. Imagine you're kind of rounding almost into the upper back, lengthening the lower back. As you exhale, find a twist, keep your hips in line. Maybe the left elbow finds the inner right thigh, or maybe all the way across the outside of that right thigh. Hold here. Take a few breaths, notice how you're feeling. Sit the hips back just an inch further. If you've got the space, it's the elbows all the way across the thigh. Maybe lower the left hand down, reach the right arm up, fan open the right arm. Hands back to heart center. We're going to move into a high lunge from here. Pull the belly up and then hug the inner thighs together. Bring weight into that right foot. Step the left foot back. Come onto the ball of that left foot. Lunge twist. All right. And move a little further. If you're feeling it from here, you're welcome to stay here. You're welcome to lower that back knee down. If you're like, yeah, I'm feeling really good, you are welcome to take this a step further by lowering the left hand down on the outside of that right foot, pressing down. And then if it feels okay for the knee, begin to flatten that left foot down, moving into a twisted side angle. Reach that right arm up, and then extend that right arm forward. Fan the chest open as much as you can, even though you're in this twisted variation. All right, let's come back to center, lower that back knee down. Move any props that you have. We're staying on that back knee, begin to straighten through the front leg. Take a moment here to just kind of breathe. We'll be here for another couple breaths. You're welcome to press the heel down, lift the toes up, and maybe sit the hips all the way back. The legs feeling pretty good. You're welcome to reach forward and around that right foot. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Release the mind on the foot to come back onto that front foot. Bend the knee, look forward. Plant the palms. Go ahead and step that right leg back, run the knees and the shins. Roll the elbows in and come forward, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, forward and up, high cobra or upward facing dog. And if you're in up dog, hang out for a moment. Press the hips into the floor, so lower the knees down. And then from here, go ahead and bend the back knee and bring the heels towards the glutes. And look up. Lower the feet back down. Move into downward facing dog. All right. Take an inhale, look forward. On this exhale, step, hop, or float forward. Halfway lift on the inhale at the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle the arms all the way back up to standing. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Take a few breaths here as we prepare to move into the other side of the twist. All right, take an inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, sit back into that chair pose. Hands to heart center. Pull the belly up and in, shoulders reaching back, thumbs really pressing in towards the sternum and towards the heart. Use your breath. Every exhale, hips sit back a little further. Shoulder blades roll down. All right, here we go, guys. Pull the inner thighs together. And then take your twist towards that left thigh, left knee. Take a few moments to work into this side. When you feel pretty sturdy, right, you can take some of those variations. As you sit the hips back even further, maybe lowering the right fingertips down, left arm up. Hands back to heart center. Pull the belly up and in, bring that weight into that left leg, and when you're ready, exhale out all the air, step the right foot back, come on to ball of the right foot, twisted lunge. Take a few breaths here. You've got this. I feel like I don't got this. I'm breathing really heavy. Alright, so you're welcome to lower that back knee if you're pretty tired. You're welcome to continue working your twist here. Or again, you're welcome to maybe lower that right hand down on the outside of that left leg. Press into the floor. Slowly flattening that right foot down at about 2 o'clock. And then extending that left arm up and forward. Couple breaths. You've got this. Slowly unraveling. Removing any props or any blocks. Lower that back knee down. And then begin to straighten through the front leg. Slowly folding forward. Welcome to come onto the heel of that left foot as you sit the hips back even further into the floor. Really pressing those back toenails into the floor. Right toenails into the floor. Right, see if you can really kind of hug the muscle into that right knee bone. If you want to take it a little further, reach forward. Grab around that left foot, inhale, extend, and exhale, fold. Inhale, unravel, release. Bend back into that front knee, plant the palms, step the left foot back. We'll take a modified chaturanga here. Roll the elbows in, tops of the feet down, shift forward, and then come all the way down on the belly. All right, press the tops of the feet into the floor. And then take a look at those fingers. Are they underneath the shoulders? Go ahead and roll the elbows back. On the next breath in, press the hips into the floor, glutes engaged, pelvic floor, pressing. And as you exhale, just very lightly press into the fingertips. As you pull the belly up and in and reach forward through the chest and up. Hang out here for a couple of breaths. Then come all the way back down. We're working into some back bends now. Take a moment to relax. Bring the big toes to touch, heels out. Just take a little breath here, maybe taking your chin to the tops of your hands. Alright, we're going to slowly work our way into a bow pose. Okay. So separate the feet again, press the tops of the feet into the floor, and then come onto the forearms. Spread the fingers out nice and wide. Reposition your clothing if you need to. Make sure the elbows are underneath the shoulders initially if that feels good. And then press down into the fingers. Imagine again that you're kind of almost dragging the fingers towards the top of the mat. Toenails into the floor, hips engaged, glutes engaged, pelvic floor really pulls in. And hold here, broadening across the collarbone, looking up, or looking forward. All right, let's go ahead and turn the left forearm to about 2 o'clock, just kind of propping yourself up a little bit more. And then become light on the right fingertips. Really press down and engage the left leg into the floor, and then bring the right heel towards the right glute. Take a big breath in here. And as you exhale, go ahead and try to lift with the glutes, right? Engage and then lift the right leg, right knee off the floor. Come all the way back down, release. Come back to the big toes to touch, heels open. and then relax down for a moment again. You're welcome to windshield wiper the legs side to side. And finding our way all the way back to where we started. Come back up onto the forearms, onto the elbows. Pull the belly up and in, press the glutes. Press the hips into the floor, pelvic floor pulls in. Broaden across the collarbones and breathe. Where can you be a little more easeful in some of these back bends? Alright, starting to bring that right forearm to about 10 o'clock, just kind of balancing there. Becoming wide into the left fingertips. Press the right leg, right toenails, top of the foot into the floor. And then flex that left foot. Big breath in. Left heel to the left glute. Really feel the muscle engagement before, as you exhale, to lift. Lift, lift, lift. Pull the belly up and in. If you notice you feel any kind of crunching in the back, pelvic floor, pubic bone presses into the floor as you lift a little higher off of the back. Lower back down. Take a moment to rest again. Maybe the hands reach back this time. Okay, finally moving towards that peak posture. Yay! Floor bow. If you've got like a wall or something, right? If this is really difficult to do and reaching back for your feet is very difficult to do, you've got a couple options. If you have a wall like I do over here, or like a Tina wall, alright, you can kind of sit back behind it like this, knees towards the floorboard, I guess. And you can kind of engage. You can still engage the glutes and press the tops of the feet into the floor. And maybe you can reach back one arm at a time. Right? Other option, if you're pretty good, you're like, I've got this, Tina, I've got floor bow. Let's go ahead and move into it. Back onto the belly. Press that pubic bone into the floor. Bring both heels towards the glutes. Lift. Gently press, roll the elbows back, look up. Belly pulls all the way up and in and begin to reach back for the tops of the feet. Big breath in here. Hug the inner thighs together. Take a few breaths just right here. Come back to that Ujjayi breath. Alright, next breath in, pubic bone presses into the floor. Inhale, gently kick into the arms. And then exhale, use a little bit more of that force, pulling the belly up and in, Mula Bandha. Kick back. And breathe, maybe rocking on the soft part of the belly here. You're welcome to stay here. You're welcome to relax down, take a break if you want to stick a little bit further. Keep kicking, keep looking. And then as you exhale, belly pulls up and in, come to a side floor bow to the right. Kick, 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 kick. One more time, inhale back to center. Exhale, extend and kick. And exhale over to the left floor bow. Keep kicking. And pressing that left arm. Back to center, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Woo. Take a break. Slowing that heart rate back down. It's the beauty of our back bends. So energetic. But they require a good amount of strength and a good amount of easefulness to really be able to get into them and feel them. When you're ready, coming into a child's pose, hips and heels. And starting to just soften into that child's pose. You have about 10 minutes left. If you have any other inversion in your practice and you want to take it there, you're pretty warm, you're welcome to do so. And I'll call it in about maybe 2 minutes and coming back. Otherwise, take a moment. Find your way onto your back. And just take a rest for a few minutes. And we'll start our cool down shortly. You're working into whatever inversion practice that you have, whatever you wanted to work on. I hope that you found joy in it. And I hope that you found a little bit of ease in it. Or a little bit of playful time, at least a little bit of laughing and joy as you practiced it. So slowly coming out of your inversion if you took that. And finding your way, everyone, onto your back if you're not already there. Releasing all the way down onto the back. Take a moment into a Shavasana just to kind of reset the hips. All right, so tuck the shoulders under, hips side to side. Extend the legs just for a little bit here. All right, just another couple cool down stretches here. Let's go ahead and plant the palms down by your sides. Tuck the shoulder blades under and keep pressing into the palms. Bend the knees, plant the heels right below the sit bones. And take a moment here, we've done a lot of core, right? See if you can gently scoop the tailbone a little bit under to lengthen the lower back. And cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Really flex into that right ankle as you begin to open the hip in this figure four. Inhale, reach the arms back behind the ears. Press the backs of the shoulder blades into the floor. And then reverse crunch it in. Go ahead and grab maybe around the left thigh, maybe around the left shin. Pull it in. And take a few moments here. You might even take a few moments to come back to that sensation of the breath as you gently just shift side to side onto the hips, onto the lower back. And for some of us where our hips are pretty open, you might have to shift far enough to be able to feel more stretch, more sensation, and then hold in that particular spot to get where we want to go, where we need to go, where we feel our body is inviting us. Come back to center. Release that right leg, release the legs down. Give those hips a break again, and we'll take the other side. Plant the palms down by your side. Tuck the shoulder blades under, bend the knees. Heels in towards the glutes, and then cross the left ankle over that right thigh. Really flexing to the left ankle again. Open that left knee to the left side, figure four. Inhale, reach the arms back behind the ears. Press the shoulders back to the hands, back of the arms into the floor. And exhale, reverse crunch. Go ahead and hug it in on this side. Shifting, moving, finding those pockets of tension. And holding, being with that little bit of tension. Taking our exhales there. Tell your mind, to tell your brain to gently release that tension on the exhale. Come back to center. Let's completely cross that left thigh over the right. We're going to move into a twist here. And then hug the inner thighs together. Tee the arms out. Take your right hand, maybe grab the left knee. And then as you exhale, slowly cross the knees all the way over towards the right. Let them find the floor, maybe on the block if you're still tight. Come onto your side body. Inhale, extend the left arm up. And exhale, open twist. Maybe gazing at the left hand. Lots of variations to go here for the twist. Work into any variations of the legs that feel comfortable for your twist. And if that's a whole lot and it doesn't feel good for the hips, you can also come back to center, maybe hug a block or a pillow in between the thighs and find that twist again where the hips are just a little bit more stacked on top of each other. A couple more breaths here. As you inhale, imagine breathing into the space in between the ribs. And as you exhale, allow the arms to soften, the shoulder to soften, the hips, the knees, and the thighs to soften. Tee the arms back, unravel those legs, pull the belly up and in, flex the ankles, come back to center. Maybe reposition those hips once more as you kind of shift side to side, rocking on the lower back. Lower the feet down. We're going to take the other side twist, cross the right thigh over the left, hug the inner thighs together, bend the knees in. Then the left hand finds that right knee. Big breath in here. So as you exhale, cross the legs all the way over towards the other side, left side. Maybe shift onto the left side body to get a little comfortable. Inhale, extend the right arm up. And exhale, open into the twist, gazing at the right hand. Settle in, moving into your variation of the twist, any legs, any leg variation that feels good. Wherever you're at in your twist, the next few breaths, as you inhale, breathing into the space in between the ribs. Exhale, soften the shoulders, arms, soften the legs, soften the hips. Unraveling, slowly finding your way back to center. Gently pull the knees back into the chest, maybe massaging the lower back. Taking one last posture, let's take a happy baby. Extend the heels of the feet towards the ceiling, maybe grab the outside edges of the feet of the big toes, and then bend those knees towards the armpits. Taking any last posture that you'd like to finish out your practice before the end of class. If you have a safe shoulder stand practice, you're welcome to take it there. If you're ready for Shavasana, go ahead and take it there. Either way, the next minute or two, taking anything that you need to finish out your practice. If you haven't already found your way on your back into that final corpse pose, final Shavasana, slowly moving there now. Take a big breath into the nose. Maybe even tense up the body if you still have some of that pent up energy. And as you exhale, release, relax, soften. If you need to take a couple more of those, feel free. As you're resting in your Shavasana, I'll share a quote with you. And I won't let you know when class is done, so you can hang out, you can rest in your Shavasana for as long as you need before the video cuts out. And slowly soften the breath, come back to your normal state of breathing. Bit by bit, the air penetrates our meditation. The magma of words becomes more like a strip of clay that you can stretch between your two hands. All of a sudden, there's a rupture, a silence, a void, a comma, and true life begins. This break allows us to be present, to catch our breath, to enter into the next group of words fully conscious. These moments of emptiness are like rest stops on a long climb. They allow us to realize what we're in the process of doing and to taste it fully. That's Yoga by Daniel Odier. Thank you for joining, everyone. Take rest. I love y'all, and I'll see you next time.